Chapter 8. Once upon a time, she's in peace. My life didn't turn out the way I had hoped, but it did turn out the way it was meant. Once I accepted God's hands on my life, I knew I couldn't go back to my old ways. I really believed God had transformed me. I really believed God had freed me. I assumed it was what you gain believing in God, but no, it was what you lose believing in God. Because without God, you're full of everything that's against Him. I never thought my life would turn out this way. I would smile differently now than I used to, but I know it most definitely wasn't forced. There was no other life I could have imagined. Even though my life wasn't perfect, I began to think it was really beautiful. Like when people say April showers bring May flowers. In life, you need storms in order to grow and nurture in your environment. Storms are meant to strengthen you, not weaken you. You can't go back and redo your entire life. I once learned that you should never regret anything because if you hadn't learned it, you wouldn't have realized or grown as you do now. Plus, if we all kept wanting to go back, we all continue to move backwards rather than forward. Trying to pick up all the pieces we've once left behind isn't allowing ourselves to become who we're meant to be. It's understandable we'd feel guilty about any decision or choice that we have made. But what you have to see is that you can only learn and grow from your choices. Our words cannot be taken back, but all we can do is choose to better ourselves. God has made things possible that I could not have imagined would be possible back then. I could never question God's existence again. I felt like a different person. I only listen to Christian or gospel music. I've stopped listening to secular music frequently. I gave up on many things. I stopped engaging myself in certain topics. I maintained my habit in reading the Bible and watched sermon videos on a daily basis. I always aimed to be cautious in everything I did, and I never wanted to stop giving thanks to God. Something happened. There's something I couldn't believe would happen, but it did. I was actually able to develop friendships between my junior and senior years of high school. I am happy and grateful to say I have two real best friends that have changed my life so much, as well as my view on friendship. I felt tremendously blessed by God since I never imagined something like this would come true. They both fulfill every desire I have for a best friend. I feel as though I was extremely gifted to go through it twice. Despite their differences, they have both contributed to my happiness. I wouldn't want anything more than what I have with each of them. It was the most wonderful, unexpected friendship that could have been formed. They are my one true friend. I am grateful God allowed me the chance to have two amazing best friends like them in my life. I truly believe I don't deserve them. This was a tremendous shock to me because I didn't even want to make friends when I started high school. Given how closed off I used to be, it was truly an incredible gift that God enabled me to form genuine connections after years of friendship failure. I wasn't always the bestest friend to others, so I felt overboard. But ever since I gave my life to Christ, He forever changed my life, and this would define who I am. I know now that it's about how the Lord above sees me. I am not defined by this world or by any of my doings in this world, but only by God. He has the last word. At last, I was in peace. Of course, my peace wasn't perfect, but knowing the lessons I've had to learn to get to where I am, it was everything. My dream life used to be something prim and spotless. I've wished for a lot of things that I see are now worthless. I will never be able to look back on my life as it has evolved. I am now learning from my life. I simply had to understand that my actions are determined by where my heart is, or if something is totally beyond my control, I should just pray about it. I'm not the same girl I was before. I know for certain I'll make mistakes, but I am going to keep growing from them. I'm aware that I won't be liked, but I won't let that stop me. I'm aware that I am not the best, and I don't have to be. I'm going to be who God wants me to be. Now I'm in safe hands. I don't have to worry or stress anymore. Although I have no control over every situation, I can find peace in any situation. What matters is how you do it, not just what you do. Once I really seen that my life wasn't a game, that I couldn't just do what I wanted because nobody is going to care, which in fact is true, but knowing what God has done for me, I don't want to take advantage of my life again. Life is very fragile. You must care for it as if it were a mother holding her newborn child. She would give anything to protect the precious one from the flashes of darkness that can appear in their sight. As life goes on, I had to go on with it too. I couldn't keep looking back. What happened had happened, and now I need to keep learning and moving. You don't know how far you've come until you see where you are. All you see when you look around is progress. Your mistakes and shortcomings are what make you progress. Not many people were able to reach where you are now, so you should be thankful that you were able to be there. I consider that to be genuinely in peace. Peace doesn't have to be this made-up scenario we imagine, where nothing can or will go wrong. It is something we should see as, I went through the trials and tribulations, yet here I am, still walking through them. None of us are invincible, but we are strong because the Lord above walks with us. Since I have started living my life according to what it should be, I no longer feel most things as much as I used to. The presence of the Lord brings me immense relief from all my problems and worries. I am certain that God has not made a single mistake when it comes to me. This feeling is not bittersweet, but one of pure peace. I am exactly where I need to be and have no doubts when it comes to God. I am grateful to say that I am no longer trying to conform to the world's standards, but rather to God alone. He is the reason that my life is truly worth living.